Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the session. I hope I'm visible and audible to you, to all of you. Just starting off my session. This is a continuation of my previous year question series. So I'm just checking the. Yeah, so I guess I'm visible and audible now. And this is the continuation of my series of sessions where I'm discussing previous year excuse me, previous year quants questions from CAT papers. That's what we are discussing in this session. And uh, so without any further ado, let me start the slideshow. So yesterday I think there was some glitch in my open house session. I didn't get a uh, I was really not able to get the link for it, and I don't think there's an open house session scheduled today for me. So uh, at least it's not scheduled at this time. So we'll just go ahead and do this YouTube live session. We were discussing previous year questions of the CAT. Or before I go there, let me just take you through the promotions. 19th February, these batches are starting off. CAT and OMED's 2022 batch for engineering graduates. Devendra Singh, Bharat Gupta, Parikshit Saiki, and Sameer Ahmed are taking this. And 19th February also, there's a beginner to advanced batch for CAT 22. Raman Tiwari, Ronak Kumar, Udit Saini, and Ravi Manoram are taking it. Unlock 20 is extended till 19th February, 20% off on any CAT subscriptions. I think you can also use our the promo code the promo code of my promo code to add a 10% further discount on this. CAT Combat LR special is happening on 20th February. That's on day after tomorrow. Just give me a second. So this one is specifically on logical reasoning. This one is specifically on logical reasoning. And you got scholarship worth up to a crore in this. And of course, the combat is a good way to test yourself where you are heading to, where you're landing up to. You get a chance to win scholarships on Unacademy Plus subscriptions. You can win up to 100% scholarships and start your preparation early for CAT 22, MBA 22. And practice also, you get practice of logical reasoning based questions and boost your preparation for CAT and OMEDs. Here, right? And of course, the Maharashtra CET batch is also starting on 19th February. And there's 30% off on the GDPI offer. This is personalized feedback, 3 sessions of for each of GDPI with industry experts, and in-depth knowledge sessions covering recent and important political, economic events, etc. And Unacademy Ask a Doubt is available on the Unacademy website and the Unacademy app. With brand new updates, you will have to click the picture of the image of the question, crop it, and submit your doubts and get an answer in whatever language you prefer. So this is a promo code you can use, Sharma Cat Life, for enrolling for any of the Unacademy courses. So anyway, coming back, we were doing this yesterday. How many 3 digits number? There are first three, 4 questions we had done yesterday, including this one. इसका आंसर 3 था. We had done this. इसका आंसर 20 था. और इसका आंसर 5544 था. और इसका आंसर I think 21 आया था. So if you are looking at these 4 questions, This is from the CAT 2020 paper. If you are wanting to solve these 4 questions, then you can look at the solution of these 4 questions. You can watch my broadcast yesterday on the same channel. So this is the 5th question. X is given as 4096 to the power 7 plus 4 root 3. And then the question is asking which of the following equals 64. So try this question. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minutes for each question to try it yourself, and then I'm going to solve it from my side. चलो इसको स्टार्ट करते हैं क्वेश्चन को. Let's start this question. Let's start solving this question. And इस क्वेश्चन में अगर देख रहे हो तो the question says x is equal to 4096 raised to 7 plus 4 root 3. Then which of the following equals 64? So when I'm looking at solving this question, the first reaction is x is equal to 4000, what is the value? Yeah, 4096 raised to 7 plus 4 root 3. And the question is then asking me, giving me 4 options and asking me which of the following is equal 64. So if I look at the options, the first option is x raised to 7 by 2 upon x raised to 4 by root 3. The second option is x raised to 7 by 2 upon x raised to 2 root 3. The third and fourth options have x raised to 7 in the numerator, x raised to 4 root 3 and x raised to 2 root 3 in the denominator. So if I go back to my to looking at the options, x raised to 7 by 2 upon 4 by root 3. One option is this. The second option is x raised to 7 by 2 upon x raised to 2 root 3. The third option is x raised to 7 upon x raised to 4 root 3. And the fourth option is x raised to 7 upon x raised to 2 root 3. And the question is asking me to find the value. The question is asking me to find the value of which of these is exactly equal to the value of 64. This is the question. So, what are the reactions inside this question that lead you to the answer? The first reaction in this question that leads you to the answer, the first reaction is 4096 you should know as 2 raised to 12. The powers of 2 are 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. That's 2 raised to 6. 128 is 2 raised to 7. 256 is 2 raised to 8. 512 is 2 raised to 9. 1024 is 2 raised to 10. 2048 is 2 raised to 11. And 4096 is 2 raised to 12. Right? So the first thing you should understand here is that you're dealing with the number 2 raised to 12 here. So the value of x essentially is 2 raised to 12 raised to 7 plus 4 root 3. Right? Which then tells me that the value of x is 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3. Right? And when I want the answer of one of these to be 64, I want the outcome value to be 2 raised to 6 because 64 is 2 raised to 6. So, to understand what I need to do, I mean, how do I plan the next steps in this question? So the planning of the next steps in this question involves the thought that if I look at the options, each of the options here is the four options in the numerator are giving me either x raised to 7 or x raised to 7 by 2. So if this is the value of x, my first target is to find what x raised to 7 will mean, and parallelly what x raised to 7 by 2 will mean. But that we can postpone that for later. पहले x raised to 7 को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं कि क्या मीनिंग है उसका. तो x raised to 7 according to this will be, if I raise this to the power 7, it means raising this whole thing to the power 7. So the right hand side will become 2 raised to 568 plus 336 root 3. For x raised to 7. Right? And when I divide this by either x raised to 4 root 3 or x raised to 2 root 3, my final outcome has to be 2 raised to 6. So for this expression to become equal to 2 raised to 6, I need a very specific denominator. I need a denominator of 2 raised to 562 plus 336 root 3. This is the only way it can happen, because a raised to x upon a raised to y, the rule of indices is that it becomes a raised to x minus 5, and this question is based completely on rules of indices. So if you go back to the various rules of indices, there are basically 5 rules of indices. A raised to 0 is 1, a raised to 0 is 1, a raised to x into a raised to y is equal to a raised to x plus y. A raised to x divided by a raised to y is equal to a raised to x minus y. Right? And then a raised to x bracket raised to y is equal to a raised to xy. When the number a raised to x is raised to the power y, then it becomes a raised to x plus xy. A lot of people confuse this reaction with a raised to x raised to y as a raised to xy. This is not the same. This is not correct. Just remember this. You can do this only when there's a bracket inside this. So, to give you an example, 2 raised to 5 raised to 8 can be written as 2 raised to 40, because 5 and 8 will multiply here. This is like 2 raised to 5 8 times. Writing this is like writing 2 raised to 5 8 times. So the 5s will add 8 times to get to 40. But if I am writing 2 raised to 5 raised to 8, this is like writing the number 2 5 raised to 8 times, and 5 raised to 8 times is a humongous number value wise. It's a huge number. Okay, and we often use these notations etc. for number systems, remainder theorem questions specifically. But ये 4 rule है. These are 5. Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3, Rule 4 और Rule 5 है a raised to x is equal to 1 upon a raised to minus x. So this is the background information you need to be able to solve a question like this. These are the 5 rules of indices, and those of you who are not very good at rules of indices, please go back and do them. So anyway, coming back, I want this to become 2 raised to 6 on the other side, right? So if I try to look at what x raised to 4 root 3 will give me, here, let's say I look at the denominator of this third option. I found out what x raised to 7 means, and let's say we want to find the denominator of the third option. So the denominator of the third option will be got by raising x to the power 4 root 3. But x we know is 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3. This is the value of x. Right? So this is the value of x. X is this much. So when I raise this to 4 root 3, this is effective like multiplying this with 4 root 3 here. And when I do this, what I get, the powers here can be multiplied. This power here and this power here can be multiplied because of the fact that these two powers are in the form a raised to x raised to y. or let's say I don't want to confuse you with x there. So a raised to b raised to c है, तो a raised to bc बन जाता है, right? So इसको जब expand करोगे तो you get 84 into 4 root 3, which is 336 root 3, and 48 into 4 root 3, which is 192 into 3. Forty-eight, 96, 192. Yeah, 48 root 3 into 4 root 3. Sorry, यहाँ पे मैंने गलती किया है. It should be 588. 84 into 7 है ना? ये 588 होना चाहिए. 80 into 7 is 560 plus 4 into, so I need 576 here. So this is giving me 336 root 3, and this is giving me 192 into 3, 576. I made some calculation error here. तो मेरा डिनोमिनेटर यहाँ पे 2 raised to the value of this denominator 4 root 3 is coming out to be 2 raised to 576 plus 336 root 3. So the answer that is coming out in this case, the answer that I am getting in this case is essentially 2 raised to 12, which is not the right answer. I want 2 raised to 6 here. So if it's not working for x raised to 4, x raised to 7 divided by x raised to 4 root 3. I'll just explain this again. What we have done is, since the question is asking us which of these options makes it equal to 64, I'm looking for a final target value of 2 raised to 6. To get that value, if I'm checking option C is x raised to 7 upon x raised to 4 root 3. Right? X raised to 7 upon x raised to 4 root 3. That's what option C is. Fine. So when you use x as the base here, which has come from this side, 2 raised to 84 plus 4 root 3, and your integers, your 2 raised to 84 plus 4 root 3 raised to 7 divided by 2 raised to 84 plus 4 root 3 raised to 4 root 3. Sorry, 88, this is 48 root 3. 84 plus 48 root 3 raised to 7, and 84 plus 48 root 3 raised to 4 root 3. Let me try to do this on a fresh board. When we are checking the option x raised to 7 upon x raised to 4 root 3, we are checking the option 2 raised to 84. We are checking the calculation. 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3 upon 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3, that's x, raised to 7, and यहाँ पे raised to 4 root 3. So if I do the calculations of the numerator, my numerator is coming out as 2 raised to 588, 84 sevens are 588, and 48 sevens are 336. So 336 root 3. That's what we are getting here. And when I'm looking at the denominator, my denominator is 2 raised to 336 root 3 plus, now the other this thing will be 48 root 3 into 4 root 3. So 44 is 192 and root 3 is 3. So this outcome is 192 into 3. So 576 here. So when and now I use the rule of index, a raised to b upon a raised to c is equal to a raised to b minus c. So if I use this, I will see that I have to subtract this from this power in the numerator, I have to subtract this power of the denominator. So the 336 will get cancelled and I am ending with 2 raised to 12 in this question. My target value is 2 raised to 6. So x raised to 7, the third option does not give me the answer. Now what we should immediately realize without checking much is that x raised to 4 root 3 does not give me the answer. If I make it x raised to 2 root 3, the fourth option, then this will change to 2 root 3. And this cancellation of the root 3 is not going to happen because numerator is not changing in the option x raised to 7 upon x raised to 2 root 3. The numerator is not changing. The numerator is same. And in the denominator, this 336 root 3 is going to become 168 root 3. So denominator will not cancel this root 3 itself. So my answer will be something 2 raised to some integer plus 168 root 3. Because when you use the rule of index, 336 root 3 minus 168 root 3 will give me 168 root 3 as part of the answer. So this can never be equal to 2 raised to 6. So rejecting option 3 is also rejecting option 4. So then we come to the next option. The next option is either the first or the second one. The first one is, if you have understood what you are doing till now, between the two you will pick up the second one. The reason for that is the two options are x raised to 7 by 2 upon x raised to 4 by root 3. That's one option. And the other option is x raised to 7 by 2 upon x raised to 2 root 3. So for both these things, first of all, understand what x raised to 7 by 2 will give me. X was 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3. That was what x was. If I raise this to the power 7 by 2, which I have to do for option 1 and 2 both, my numerator is 84 into 7 by 2 or 42 into 7, 2 raised to 294 plus, now this is 48 root 3 into 7 by 2, that means 24 root 3 into 7, 168 root 3. This is my numerator. Now when I divide this, now I have to choose which one do I use first. My denominator is 2 raised to 84 plus 48 root 3. In the first option, this is raised to the power 4 by root 3. And you can immediately see that if I actually do this 4 by root 3 here, so I'm not going to get the 168 root 3 which I need to delete the numerator from. I specifically need to get a value of 2 raised to 6 in this answer. I specifically need the denominator to be exactly 2 raised to 288 plus 168 root 3. And 4 by root 3 is not going to take me there. Hence, I can, even if I don't use this to close that option, I'll use this to think of this as an option to check first. And when I expand this, the expansion of this denominator is exactly 2 raised to 168 root 3, 84 into 2 root 3 plus 288. And you can see this, that if I now divide this part by the denominator, the 168 root 3 will get cancelled and you're going to get 2 raised to 6 as the residual part of the answer. And that's the correct answer. Right? So this is what this question is all about. चलो अब हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. This is also an interesting question. Try this. तो इस क्वेश्चन को अगर देखोगे तो what does this question say? Let A, B, C be three positive integers such that the sum of A and the mean of B and C is 5. So let's react to the statement. A, B, C are three positive integers such that the sum of A plus the mean of B and C. Mean of B and C means B plus C by 2 is equal to 5. Right? Sum of A plus B plus C by 2 is 5. So what you get is from here 2A plus B plus C is equal to 10. This is the first reaction. The question first says, in addition, the sum of B and the mean of A and C is 7. The sum of B plus the mean of A and C is equal to 7. तो क्या करोगे इसे? You'll obviously transform this equation also. Right? सो इसको जब करोगे तो ये इसमें आएगा b प्लस 2b प्लस a प्लस c इज इक्वल टू 14. और क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे बंद हो जाता है. तो क्वेश्चन इज देन आस्किंग यू स्ट्रेट सम ऑफ a प्लस b. The question is straight away going to ask you sum of a plus b. ठीक है? So now this is a typical structure, typical situation that CAT always does. What does it do? It leaves you with 2 equations, 3 unknowns. Now if you know your maths, you know that whenever there is a set of equations, the condition for a set of equations to give you a unique solution is the number of unknowns should be equal to the number of distinct equations. The number of unknowns should be equal to the number of distinct equations. So if you have one unknown, you need one distinct equation. If you have 2 unknowns, you need two distinct equations. If you got 3 unknowns, you need 3 distinct equations to get a unique solution for all the unknowns. But there can be situations in mathematics that can be created where the number of unknowns is not equal to the number of equations. एक तो स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस होता है उसमें, यहाँ पे सपोज आई टेल यू x plus y is equal to 10 and then I tell you 3x plus 3y is equal to 30. So this is not 2 equations, 2 unknowns, this is 1 equation, 2 unknowns, because these equations are not distinct from each other. एक तो ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. So this is 1 equation, 2 unknowns, and when there are more than one unknown, more unknowns than equations, you end up in what is called as a multiple possibility situation. There are many solutions to this, right? इसमें कभी कभी ये भी क्रिएट किया जा सकता है x plus y is 10 and 3x plus 3y is 20. This is a set of inconsistent equations. This set is a set of inconsistent equations. Because it can't happen that x plus y is 10 and at the same time 3x plus 3y is 20. So the data is inconsistent and you don't have a solution in this case. Right? Now when you talk about number of unknowns being not equal to number of distinct equations, you can have a case where the number of unknowns is more than the equations. Like we just saw, x plus y is 10 and 3x plus 3y is 30. तो एक ही इक्वेशन था, x plus y is 10, two unknowns थे, you had one equation, you had two unknowns. You might have a case of two equations, three unknowns. All these cases lead to multiple possible situations. And what we are facing inside this question, is something similar. You have two equations, three unknowns. So, and it's a multiple possible situation where you can, in these cases specifically, one equation, two unknowns में तो multiple possibility situation आ जाता है. X plus y अगर 10 है, तो x का value और y का value तुम multiple possibilities डाल सकते हो. But if you go into a structure like this, when there are three unknowns and two equations, there is a possibility of eliminating one of the unknowns and bring out the relationship between the other two. This possibility exists. Apart from that, the fact that this is also leading to a multiple possibility situation. So we'll just come to this and the solving of this situation. You should know this part theoretically. And to complete this part of the theory, since I'm talking about this part and teaching you this, I'll also talk about one more thing. That if the number of unknowns is less than the number of equations, that means you're too rich in terms of too many equations given to you, too many distinct equations given to you. So for example, x plus y is 10 and x minus y is 4. This is enough for me to put a value of 7 and 3 for x and y. I don't need any other equation. But if forcefully a third equation is given as x into y is equal to 21, then this equation, or amongst these three equations, one equation is redundant. Any one. Depending on which two you use. You can use 1 and 2. 3 becomes redundant. I will not put a cross there. 3 will become redundant if you are using 1 and 2. If you are using 1 and 3, 2 becomes redundant. So you can get 7 and 3 from this also. And you can get 7 and 3 from this also. You can use 2, 3 and 1 becomes redundant. So one of the three equations is redundant in such a case. One of the three equations is redundant in such a case. Right? Of course, इसी case में अगर x plus y is 10, x minus y is equal to 4, so this is enough for me to get 7 and 3, and x into y is given to me as 16. So this again becomes a set of inconsistent equations. So if you remember the three idiots dialogue, which one? तुम कहना क्या चाहते हो? ये तुम बोलोगे. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन सेटर तुमको ये देता है तो बोलोगे तुम कहना क्या चाहते हो. खुद डिसाइड कर लो क्या कहना चाहते हो, because what you are telling me is inconsistent. Right? So these are the cases. So ये जो case है, this is a classic case which CAT often gives you, and you will see this across chapters. तुमको टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस क्वेश्चन ऐसा मिल जाएगा, तुमको मिक्सचर एलिगेशन का क्वेश्चन ऐसा मिल जाएगा, नंबर सिस्टम का क्वेश्चन ऐसा मिल जाएगा. That's why I always tell my students that when you are trying to prepare for CAT, एक पॉइंट आना ज़रूरी है जहाँ पे तुम अपना पूरा पोर्शन सिलेबस कंप्लीट कर लो, उसके बाद ये सब चीज़ डिस्कवर होता है. यू कैंट डिस्कवर दिस ड्यूरिंग योर फर्स्ट राउंड ऑफ सिलेबस. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. ठीक है ना? सो कमिंग टू दिस, when we start looking at this thing, my target is to find the value according to the question. My target is to find the value of a plus b. ठीक है, सम ऑफ a plus b is the target. तो मेरे को c को एलिमिनेट करना है. तो c का एलिमिनेशन करने के लिए it's quite easy for me to eliminate c by subtracting equation 1 from equation 2. तो देखते हैं क्या होता है when you do that. If I do 2 minus 1, if I do 2 minus 1, so I'll get b minus a as 4. c एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे मेरे को b माइनस ए का वैल्यू मिल रहा है. आई एम नॉट गेटिंग वैल्यू ऑफ c from here. b minus a is 4 is the relationship. I am not getting the value of a plus b. So how do I get to the value of a plus b from this point? Is the question. Is the challenge. वो चैलेंज अगर तुम algebraically सोचोगे तो it will be very difficult to think that. What you have to think here is, as I keep telling you, maths questions में you have to be able to leave the algebra and go into numerical crunching, number crunching. So the question first of all is telling me ABC are 3 positive integers. So instead of trying to go through algebra from this point, my thinking should go this way. The moment I have this relationship of b minus a is 4, and they have asked me the sum of b plus a, and they have options 4, 5, 6, 7. b plus a का ऑप्शंस दिया हुआ है उन्होंने. a plus b का ऑप्शंस दिया हुआ है 4, 5, 6, 7. a plus b अगर 4 होगा तो that will necessarily mean 4 and 0. But the starting of the question tells me ABC are positive integers. It tells me right here, ABC are 3 positive integers. So 4, 0 is eliminated and the option 4, sum is 4 is eliminated. For a sum of 5, a plus b plus a 5 and b minus a 4, I get a and b as decimal values. I get b as 4.5 and a as 0.5. So this can be rejected. In fact, on the same logic, 7 can also be rejected. 6 has to be the answer. But if you check with 6, you get b as 5 and a as 1. इस इक्वेशन में b को 5 डालोगे, a को 1 डालोगे तो c का वैल्यू निकलेगा. इस इक्वेशन में b को 5 डालोगे और a को 1 डालोगे तो c का वैल्यू निकलेगा. And for consistency, the value of c coming out of both should be same. So यहाँ पे डाल देते हैं a1 b5 तो c will be 3, b5 a1 so 2 into 5 10 plus 11 so c will be 3. So c will be 3 in both cases. You will see that suppose you take some other value b as 6 and a as 2, b as 6 and a as 2, तो अगर b को 6 डालते हो और A को 2 डालते हो तो C 0 हो जाता है, विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल। और B को 6 डालते हो और A को 2 डालते हो तो C 0 हो जाता है फिर से। So you do get the consistency because from these two you have got this. You'll get the same answer for C every time. But only in one case do you get the answer of C as a positive integer, and that is the condition in the question that A, B, C are positive integers. So very nice, brilliant question. This is very symptomatic of what CAT and these aptitude exams are doing to you. Let's look at question 7 now. ट्राई करो इसको। A straight road connects points A and B. Car 1 travels A to B and car 2 travels B to A, both leaving at the same time. चलो रिएक्ट करते हैं इस पर। A straight road connects A to B. Car 1 travels from A to B and car 2 travels from B to A, both leaving at the same time. Car 1 travels from A to B and car 2 travels from B to A, both leaving at the same time. ठीक है? Car 1 travels A to B, car 2 travels B to A, both leaving at the same time. आगे क्या बोल रहे हैं? After meeting each other, they take 45 minutes and 20 minutes respectively to complete their journeys. So after meeting each other, they take 45 minutes and 20 minutes to complete the journey. Now since they have started at the same time and they meet here, and both these time is t, this both these times will be t. So car 1 is faster than car 2. First of all, you realize that car 2 is faster than car 1 because car 1 takes t plus 45 minutes to go from A to B, car 2 takes t plus 20 minutes to go from A to B. ठीक है? Now, how do you solve this question? What is the question asking you? If car 1 travels at 60 kilometers per hour, then what is the speed of car 2 in kilometers per hour? Car 1 travels at 60 kilometers per hour. What is the speed of car 2? Right? So इस क्वेश्चन का एक स्पेसिफिक प्रोसेस होता है सॉल्व करने का, एंड दिस इज When you enter any chapter, every chapter has its own set of standard questions. And I think if you check my book QA for CAT, question number 5 in LOD 1 of time speed distance is exactly built on this question. And this question number 5 has been there in the book from 2002, and CAT 2021 had CAT 2020 asked this question. And basically इसका basic logic ये होता है कि let's say if you call the speed of car 1 as S1 and speed of car 2 as S2, so in this picture there are 4 motions. One motion is this, second motion is this, third motion is this, and fourth motion is this. There are 4 motions in this question. And every motion is dictated by the equation S1 into T1 is equal to D1. S into T equal to D is dictating every motion. So here we have got S1 into T is equal to D. Let's define this as dx and dy as the 2 parts of the journey. So if you look at this journey and look at this journey, between these 2 journey distance is constant. It's the same distance. So when distance is constant, the theory of time speed distance tells me that speed is inversely proportional to time. Speed is inversely proportional to time. And speed inversely proportional to time tells me that S1 by S2 is equal to 20 by T. ठीक है? Then when you go to the second part, इस case में भी distance is constant between this movement and this movement. The distance is constant. dy is the distance in both cases. So here also S1 by S2 is equal to T by 45. So since there are 2 instances of S1 by S2's ratio, we can equate these 2 values. When you equate these 2, you get 20 by T is equal to T by 45. And this gives me T square is equal to 900. That means T is equal to 30. So once you get T is equal to 30 or half an hour, you realize that this car at 60 kilometers per hour for half an hour, the distance dx must be 30. And since the other car covers the same distance in 20 minutes, this car 2 is covering 30 kilometers. This distance is 30 kilometers. Car 2 is covering 30 kilometers in 20 minutes. So if it covers 30 kilometers in 20 minutes, it means that it will cover 90 kilometers per hour. That's the answer to this question. 90. Option D. और इस लास्ट पार्ट को तुम एक और तरह से सॉल्व कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट टाइम यू सॉल्विंग दिस क्वेश्चन, नेक्स्ट टाइम यू विल ऑलवेज रियलाइज, जैसे यहाँ पे टी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 900 आया था. It was not accidental that the right hand side that you got was a perfect square. This problem is a standard question in time speed distance, and in every such problem the right hand side will always be a perfect square. So you will get this question like there's a car 1 that goes from A to B, or X to Y for that matter, and car 2 goes from B to A. And after passing each other, this car takes 4 hours and this car takes 9 hours to reach the destination. Or this car takes 9 hours and this car takes 4 hours to reach the destination. I've drawn the case where car 2 is faster because this meeting point is closer to A than B. Obviously the faster car will cover more distance and be closer to its destination. right? So if I'm being honest to the picture, this is what will happen. So the steps in this question, next time you don't need to do that S1, S2, etc. You should just realize that if this is t and this is t, I multiply these two, I get t square is equal to 36. So t is equal to 6. And if t is equal to 6 hours, the ratio of time for car 1 to car 2 for the same distance is 3 is to 2. Time ratio is 3 is to 2. Inverse proportionality also means if distance is constant and time ratio is 3 is to 2, speed ratio will be 2 is to 3. So if I'm told that this car is traveling at 120 kilometers per hour, the faster car is 3 and that is 120 kilometers per hour. So the slower car will be 2 and that would be 80. Right? So this is how you handle questions like this. This is how you work on questions like this. And I mean, you will always see that this question is always built on perfect square when you cross multiply the two numbers. So as I said, this question, अभी जो question किया हम लोग ने, it was not accidental that इस गाड़ी को 45 मिनट्स लग रहा था, इस गाड़ी को 20 मिनट्स लग रहा था. ये क्वेश्चन तुम किसी भी बुक में देखो, किसी भी स्टडी मटेरियल में देख लो, look at this question, anywhere you will see that the product of these two is always a perfect square. If you knew this question, your reaction to this question would have been t is equal to 30. And then they have told me the 60 kilometers per hour here. And from here I can solve it by calculating the distance. That's what I did. T is equal to 30, which means half an hour. So 60 kilometers per hour, if you're traveling half an hour, the distance is 30 kilometers. You're doing the same distance in 20 minutes by this car. Therefore, this car, unitary method say, in 20 minutes if it's doing 30 kilometers, in 1 hour it will do 90 kilometers. That's one way to do this. Instead of that, you could have also used this from this point. The moment you got t is equal to 30, the moment you got t is equal to 30, you see that for the same distance, whether you do it from here or you do it from here, for the same distance, ratio of time is 3 is to 2. So ratio of speed would be 2 is to 3. And if this speed is 60, this will be 90 using ratio logic. Right? Chalo. So I hope you enjoyed these questions and the solutions. I'll be back soon on this channel. Abhi ke liye, I'll take your leave. Bye bye everybody. Thank you.